Hello Panda Warriors, so today I want to do something a little bit differently. I realized that throughout the whole entire year or so that I've been doing YouTube, I've never done like a Q&A type of idea. And while we're not exactly at the stage, you and me, this whole entire our channel, we're not quite at the stage that you guys are willing to ask me questions. You guys feel comfortable about that yet, or care maybe. But I wanted to do something where I kind of, let you guys know a little bit about myself through some different questions, and then maybe you guys can ask me, expand upon those questions, ask me some more if you wanted to, or we can connect through those questions if that makes sense at all. So I looked up as 40 different questions to ask if you really want to get to know someone. So while we won't be answering all 40 of these, or I won't be answering all 40 of these, I mean, if you guys want to answer them with me, you're welcome to, but I won't be answering all 4 of these, but I will be answering, a few of these. So let's get started. The first question is, would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert? I would definitely consider myself more of an introvert. I mean, I can be kind of extroverted at times, I guess, it depends on the crowd I'm in, but most of the time I can consider myself an introvert. This question is, what is one thing you would change about yourself? I'm not entirely sure if there's anything I would exactly change about myself. I mean, like, appearance-wise, or, like, mentally, like, psychologically. Like, I wish I had more confidence than I do. Like, I know this whole entire, being on YouTube has helped me, and like going to college has helped me kind of boost that confidence level, but I wish I could be more confident than I am today and that I am at the moment, and just kind of, not care about what other people think, if that makes sense. But if it was appearance-wise, I'm not really sure. My skin gets really dry and stuff like that, so I kind of wish I could change that, but I guess that's the one thing I can think of when it comes to appearance-wise that I would change. Next question is, which parent are you most closest to and why? I'm not sure if they're meaning, like, closest to as in, like, appearance-wise or personality-wise, or if they're meaning something entirely different, but I definitely say in appearance I'm closer to my mom, because at school, my mom used to substitute teach and stuff like that, or substitute aid or stuff like that, and whenever whenever my classmates would see her, they would always know that she was my mom, not because obviously they knew she was my mom, but because of the fact that we just look so much alike, and so I think definitely looks-wise, I look more like my mom, but personality-wise, I'm more like my dad, I would say. Next question is what you're doing now what you always wanted to do growing up? I'm assuming they mean, like, career-wise. When it comes to, if you guys didn't know, I'm going to college currently. Well, I'm not in college at the moment, it's summertime, but I'm going to college to be a veterinarian technician. And while I think for the most part I've always wanted to be a vet tech, I've always kind of I wanted to work with animals, and so vet tech, it was kind of in that area that I wanted to be. I suppose when I was really young I probably wanted to be a superstar or something like that, or a singer or actress and stuff like that, but for the most part, since 3rd or 4th grade, I would definitely say that I've stuck to my career choice being a vet and vet tech. What is your favorite book/movie of all times, and why do you enjoy it so much? Book-wise, I would definitely have to say Beast. It's like a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. It's from when the Beast became the Beast, and how he meets Belle and stuff like that, and kind of what happens afterwards. I've read it at least 20 times or so, and I love the book so much. It's so much, I really enjoy reading, and I would definitely recommend it. A movie, I would have to say, I have a few movies I really enjoy. Disney-wise, my favorite Disney movie is Bambi, definitely. I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid. Whenever I was sick, my mom used to put it on the VCR tape my mom used to put it in. We'd watch Bambi whenever I was feeling sick, so Bambi is definitely my favorite Disney movie. I do enjoy, like, Phantom of the Opera, though, the musical, the movie version of that. Phantom of the Opera is a very big favorite of mine, but Studio Ghibli, The Cat Returns. Not The Cat in the Hat Returns, don't think Dr. Seuss, but this is Studio Ghibli movie called The Cat Returns, and I really, really, really love that one. That one's it's amazing. I love the characters, I love the art, I love the music. I think that one's also one of my favorite ones, so it's between those 3, definitely. In a bad mood, would you prefer to be left alone or have someone to cheer you up? Okay, I'm not quite sure about this one, because I guess it really depends on the situation. Like, in some cases, I would prefer that there was someone there to make me happy, or I don't know. It really depends on the situation and what kind of upset I am feeling, or what kind of mad or sad or whatever it is that I'm feeling. I think there's definitely gonna be a time I'm gonna prefer to feel, like, alone, but I think eventually I'm gonna want someone there just to kind of, whether it be talk things over, just to kind of, you know, have that presence there. But I'm not quite sure. It really depends on what I'm upset about and stuff like that. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Now, if we're talking about actual books, yes, I do tend to judge books by their cover because the cover is not pretty and the cover doesn't look interesting, then I'm probably not going to pick up the book. Unless the title is interesting. If the title is interesting and the cover is not, then I may or may not. We'll see what happens when it comes to that. But if you're talking about people, I try not to judge them based on appearance, but I am human and I do sometimes, you know, stereotype and stuff like that based on what their appearance is. And I know that it's not fair to them and it's not fair to me to, you know, place that stereotype or that vision on them since I've never met them before, but I am human and I just tend to do that, and I know it's not good, but I do. Did you ever write a journal? I'm assuming they're not meaning like the elementary journals that we had to keep when I was younger, you know, the ones that today we learned about this and stuff like that. I'm starting to mean like a diary type of idea. I did keep a diary for about for a few years or so. I still kind of write in it every once in a while, but I'm definitely not as committed to it as I used to be, and it was kind of nice. It's nice being able to look back and see what was going on in my head. You know, some things it's like, hey Amanda, it's like really kind of, I don't know, feels kind of stupid looking back at it now, but it's still kind of cool at the same time to know that where I was at and how far I've come and stuff like that. Do you believe in second chances? I would say, yeah, I mean, definitely. Most definitely I believe in second chances. I mean, I understand that it's hard to forgive people sometimes, but I do believe that people should try to give other people second chances. I mean, I can totally understand if you don't, you know, you're not into giving second chances, because at the same time, we're all human. I know I've used that line before, but we're all human and we all make mistakes, and so I feel like you would want a second chance if you were in that position, and you would want a way to make things right. So I feel like we should give each other that chance to make things right, if that makes sense. When have you felt your biggest adrenaline rush? I mean, I went down a roller coaster for the first time. It was for my senior trip. For our senior trip, we went to some amusement park type of idea. I can't remember which one it was now that I think about it. Okay, but I went on a roller coaster for the first time there, and that was lots of adrenaline going on that. But I think like the first time that it wasn't like a ride type of adrenaline, or one of the biggest ones I can remember is going TPing for the first time at homecoming. It was just, we were with a bunch of I was with a bunch of friends, and I just remember going towards someone's house with the toilet paper and stuff. We had gotten out of the car and we were kind of, walking alongside the road, and all of a sudden we hear this car coming, so we all jump in the ditch, and while we just kind of hide there, and my brother and one of his other friends that we had been with, he decides to keep on sneaking forward as this car is coming at us, and the car keeps on kind of like circling around us, so I'm not sure if they knew we were there or if they were looking for something or what exactly, but it was extremely scary. We ended up getting separated from my brother and his friend, and we were trying to contact them and figure out where they were at, and we couldn't figure out, so we ended up just jumping up and running back to our car, and we were separated from them, so we were like, calling them on phone, like, where are you guys? We should probably head out. And, we eventually found them at the local park, but I think that was one of the most terrifying and one of the most exciting moments of my life. But alright, so for the final question is, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? So I think when I was younger, or not when I was younger, I guess when I was in high school, or I've always wanted to have the power of telepathy, be able to control things with my mind and stuff like that, and just kind of make them float and stuff like that. That seemed really cool to me. But I think at the moment, the power of control of time and being able to jump from teleportation, that's the word I'm looking for. Teleportation would definitely be the superpower of my choice right now. It just seems so much more efficient, if that makes sense, and if I need to keep it a secret, it seems like something I could keep a secret fairly well and keep hidden from the government or something like that. So I think teleportation would definitely be my go-to superpower at the moment if I was granted one. Alright, so I guess that's about it for today. I hope you guys did, kind of learn a little bit more about me. If you have any more questions that you want want me to answer, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If there's just a few, I might just, type a response back to you, or if there's enough questions, maybe I'll just do another Q&A, one with your guys' questions, or I'll do a kind of reading your comments one. If there's any answers that you guys would have given that were different, what would your superpower be if you could have one? What was your biggest adrenaline rush and stuff? Questions like those.